I'm really thrilled with how my Bellamy went. He was so good, and this is our first CCI 3-star completion, so it's really exciting. And he was brilliant in the dressage. He's been getting better and better, and I think he's just getting more confident in there. The cross country was a really fun track. I went a bit slow. I was pretty conservative with him. I just really wanted to jump all the jumps and let him be confident. You know, it's hard, you know, when I'm out there, I think I want to go for the time, but then I'm like, oh, if I get too fast, I'm going to be too worried about it, so I just went around pretty careful, and the footing was actually a bit more muddy than I had anticipated, so I wanted him to feel fresh still at the end and not be too tired, but he was great, and he show jumped beautifully today. I had a bit of a miss at the first one, but you know, it's funny, I came around the corner and I looked down and my reins were unbuckled, and I was like, oh no, what if something happens? And then I'm like psyching myself out, and I'm like, no, nothing's gonna happen, everything's fine. But by that point I hadn't been looking at the jump long enough, and I was thinking about something else, and I messed up. But he was a good boy, and he jumped it anyway, and the rest of the course was beautiful, and he jumped clear after that, so he was good. No, Bellamy is my very first 3-star horse, and we just moved up to the advanced level, not this winter, but the winter before, so we're pretty green to the level, and we're new to it, and I don't run a ton of events with him. I just want to save him and have him for as long as I can, so we've done probably three CIC 3-stars, I think now, a handful of advanced, and then this is our first CCI 3-star. So, one thing that I love that is special about him is he actually has a very big cataract in one of his eyes, in his right eye. So I don't know if it affects him as much as I think that maybe it does, but I certainly think it makes him jump a bit better. He's very careful. And he's very sweet and so good on the ground. He can be, well, he used to be a bit more hot and anxious, but now he's starting to mellow out at the events, and he knows his job, and he's a very good horse, and I'm really blessed to have him. He's such a good boy. He's good. You know, I didn't grow up really doing so much hunters. I guess I rode at a little bit of a huntery place, and then I joined Pony Club, and I pretty much got into eventing straight after that. So I've evented the whole time, and I'm from Texas, so I did the whole circuit there for a long time. And then I went to college in Alabama, and I brought a horse to school with me there, and I competed while I was in school there, and then I just kept going after I graduated. So I majored in English, which has nothing to do with horses, but it's served us well with Evention, and, you know, with keeping our, you know, blogs and website and stuff going. So it's been valuable for sure. Yeah, Evention's actually really fun, and Dom is it's our creation together, but he is on the forefront of it, and the reality TV is kind of what we're start into now, and I think we really just wanted to try and help people understand what the horses are like and what behind the scenes is like, and not just a behind the scenes around the barn, but, you know, give the horses a bit of a character, because they are so important in this sport and they're everything to us. So it's important, I think, for people to watch and learn and know how hard it is, you know, and how hard it is to keep an event horse and keep it going, and how, you know, it is a real sport. I think a lot of people think we're out here and we just jump the jumps and that's kind of it, but it is an all day, every day, you know, work, and it's hard, and the reality TV thing is just going to try and give everybody some insight into what it's like. Yeah, the Mind Your Melon, hashtag Mind Your Melon, which was super fun to film. We had a really good time with that. We were really truthful with that, and we really had seen a lot of kids and people, you know, that have been hurt from not wearing a helmet, and it's just totally unnecessary. So, you know, we've seen a lot of helmet videos that are just kind of, you know, normal, wear your helmet, yada, 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 and we wanted to do something fun and different, and, you know, that's kind of us. So we went for it, and it paid off, and I think it's taking off. There were even a couple of people here this weekend that said, after watching the Mind Your Melon video, they've started wearing their helmets every day where they weren't before. So it's good. Yeah, it's going in the right direction, and it's serving a purpose. I remember turning 18 and thinking, finally, I don't have to wear a helmet anymore. This is so exciting. And I didn't. I always have jumped with one, always. That's never an option. But I didn't on the flat for a long time. And actually, when I bought this horse, Bellamy, I started wearing a helmet all the time because he used to have a very, very bad spin, and he was very horse shy, and so I was falling off all the time. So I've worn one ever since. And you know, with a lot of our good friends around that have had head injuries, even with wearing a helmet, we've just, it's, you know, it's unacceptable not to have one on. So we always ride with a helmet now. Absolutely, Caitlin, Silva, you know, a lot of people. It happens all the time, and you don't have to be working. You don't have to be jumping. You know, anything can happen, and you know, we're minding our melons now.